Dricus du Plessis says Islam Makhachev's domination of Jack Della Maddalena at UFC 322 proves that the Russian wrestling style is still the most unsolved puzzle in MMA, reminding him of his own loss to Khamzat Chimaev. Speaking on Fight Forecast, du Plessis praised Makhachev's team for adding heavy leg kicks to shut down JDM's lead leg stance and noted that Maddalena only found limited success in the clinch, where he believes the Aussie should have forced more exchanges despite the risk of takedowns. With Islam's grappling threat freezing JDM on the feet and calf kicks wrecking his mobility, the Dagestani cruised to a 50-45 sweep to become welterweight champion, much like how Chimaev controlled du Plessis for over 21 minutes at UFC 319. And while Javier Mendez insists Islam could even take the 185 belt, du Plessis still calls that middleweight leap a nearly impossible task. Du Plessis added that what makes Islam and the Dagestani system so dangerous is how their wrestling forces opponents into survival mode from the opening bell, shutting down offense before it can even begin. He explained that once a fighter becomes hesitant, whether from fear of the takedown or damage from leg kicks, the entire game plan collapses, which is exactly what happened to Maddalena as Islam mixed pressure, clinch threats, and perfectly timed entries. Du Plessis also admitted that fighters often underestimate how exhausting and mentally draining the style is until they experience it themselves, which is why he believes more contenders need to prepare specifically for Russian chain wrestling instead of trying to outstrike their way through it. Du Plessis also pointed out that Makhachev's team has evolved far beyond just grappling, highlighting how their striking setups now work seamlessly with their wrestling threats, creating a non-stop guessing game that breaks opponents down round by round. He noted that once JDM's lead leg was compromised, the openings for Islam's level changes became even easier, allowing him to dictate every moment of the fight. According to du Plessis, that balance of pressure, discipline, and adaptability is exactly why fighters from Dagestan continue to dominate multiple divisions, and why anyone hoping to beat Islam must first solve the wrestling puzzle that has shut down world-class strikers again and again. Du Plessis went on to say that even though Jack Della Maddalena came in with elite boxing and sharp counters, none of it mattered once Islam forced him to fight at a pace and rhythm he wasn't used to, turning every exchange into a threat of being dragged to the mat. He explained that this constant pressure makes fighters freeze, second-guessing every step, which is why JDM's usual flow never appeared. Du Plessis emphasized that Islam's control isn't just physical, it's psychological, because once a fighter starts defending instead of attacking, the fight is already slipping away. And in his view, until someone can match that intensity in both the wrestling and the mental battle, Islam will keep dismantling contenders the same way he did at UFC 322. Thanks for watching.